Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time you are visiting my channel, please kindly subscribe to Samuel Soundwave. The moment many people in Nigeria politics have been waiting for has finally come. Today, the Supreme Court gave its judgment on the leadership crisis in both the ADC and PDP. This decision is very important because it will affect what happens before the 2027 election. Inside the courtroom, as the Chief Justice read the judgment, it was clearly that this was not just another legal case. Politicians, INEC officials, and observers all understood that the ruling party could shape the next few months leading to the election. To understand why this judgment matters, you need to look at what has been happening. The ADC has been divided into different groups. One group supports David Mark, another group supports Gobero. There is also a third group made up of state parties leaders. All of them have been fighting over who truly controls the party. Despite a court order, the ADC went ahead and held its convention on April 14th. Before that, INEC had already removed the party's leadership from its system on April 1st. The Court of Appeal had also ordered everyone to maintain the existing situation until the case was decided. Because of all this confusion, the ADC went to the Supreme Court. They asked a very important question. Do courts even have the right to interfere in internal parties matters? At the same time, the PDP was also facing its own leadership crisis, with different groups making claims and going to court. Both parties were struggling to stay organized while trying to prepare for the coming election. So the Supreme Court had to decide on a key issue. Can court decide who lists a political party, or should political parties solve their own problems without court interference? This question is based on Section 83 of the Electoral Act. The law says court should not handle cases about internal parties matters. According to ADC, urging that this law is clear. According to them, the courts should never have accepted the case in the first time. If the Supreme Court agrees with this view, it means all earlier court decisions against the ADC may become invalid. It will also mean that INEC action based on those decisions could be questioned. But there is another side to the urgent argument. Some people believe that court must step in when there is injustice inside a party. For example, if party leaders break their own rules or deny members their rights, then the court should be able to act. So the Supreme Court had to balance two things: party independence and the needs for justice. The decision they give today is very important because it affects not just the ADC but also the PDP and the other parties. It also defines how much power courts have over political parties in Nigeria. According to major issue is time. The ADC needs to conduct its primary election before the deadline set by INEC. That deadline is very close. Without clear leadership, the party cannot organize a valid primary. If the Supreme Court ruling clearly supports one group, then that group can move forward quickly, then can organize primaries and choose a candidate. But if the ruling party does not clearly settle the leadership issue, the confusion may continue, and that could stop the party from preparing proper for the election. This is a serious problem for the opposition. Recently, opposition party agreed to work together and present one presidential candidate, but that plan depends on each party being stable and organized. If the ADC cannot solve its leadership problem, it may not be able to take part full in the election process. That would weaken the entire opposition coalition. Observers have said that uncertainty is the biggest danger right now. Every day without a clear decision make it harder for opposition leaders like Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, and Kwankwaso to plan and campaign together. The Supreme Court knows this case was urgent. That is why they handled it quickly. They understood that election timeline cannot wait for a long legal battles. Now that the judgment has been given, the next few days are very important. What happened next will show the true impact of the ruling. If INEC accept the decision and recognize a clear leadership for the ADC, things may move forward smoothly. The party can organize its primary and join the race properly. But if confusion continues, the opposition party may struggle to stay united. That could make it easier for the ruling party to win. It is simple. In simple terms, today's judgment is not just about law. It is about the future of Nigeria political competition. If it will decide whether the opposition can present a strong challenge in 2027 election or remain divided. The big question now is this: will this opposition use this moment to come together and move forward, or will internal disagreement continue to weaken them? The answer to that question will shape what Nigeria see in the coming election. Thank you for watching.